like the speed of sound. We can keep on the ground.
What's good, YouTube? Easy now 1337 aka Snow, back again with another Black Ops 2 emblem, and today we have the space/planets emblem that you guys have requested emphatically. I was going to do two emblems today, but I've been so wrapped up in watching the COD Championships that I just haven't got around to recording. So just this one emblem today, and then more next week. So the planet one's not too difficult. Let's get into it. First, you want to go in and grab pretty much anything. Let me just turn my TV down. Oh, there we go. Grab pretty much anything, make it black, and stretch it out like so. Then go in and grab a scribble. Now these scribbles are the main brunt of the background area. And what you're going to do is you're just going to stretch them out as far as you can until it starts to blur and leaves little lines across. And then it's totally up to you how big or small you want to make them, and it's totally up to you what colour you use as well. But I'm just going to use blue because blue looks pretty damn good. And then all we're going to do is duplicate that layer, turn it around the opposite way, and make it a different colour. Similar to the colour you've already got, like if you're using red, have a darker red or a lighter red. And I'm just going to put that about here. I'm going to make it a bit bigger actually, move it over. And then I'm just going to turn the opacity down on it a bit. And it's just totally up to you how much you want to fill in the background and what you do with it. But then what I'm going to do is grab a blood splat, that's what I wanted to say, which is over here. And then we're just going to make that black, and we're going to stretch this out really, really far. And we're going to place it like basically just around the edges of the thing, and then turn it down in opacity just a little bit. Doesn't have to be majorly. And basically you're just going to stretch things out and fill up the background. Where's the other blood's background? What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing today. Now every time you make this it will be different, because obviously it's pretty much impossible to get the same shape, the same background every single time. Right now I'm just going to stretch this one out. And I'll just place it about there, and I'm just going to turn the opacity down again, like so. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a half column, I'm going to stretch this out, and I'm going to place it just across the bottom corner here. Keep stretching it until it starts to blur, like so. And then just turn the opacity down, just so it makes this bottom corner just a little bit lighter. And there we go, that's sort of the background done. We're going to mess around with it a bit later as well. But what we want to do now is start putting the planet in. So if we go in and grab a full circle, firstly we're going to do a light blue one. And we're going to place it about here. And we're going to duplicate that layer and make a darkish grey, but we're going to use this grey actually. I'm going to change it a little bit. So use the lighter grey, make it a bit smaller, and then move it over to the right, so that the blue outline or the halo of the planet is just on the left hand side. And I'm just going to move that up, make it a bit smaller, like so. And then we're going to duplicate it, make it a dark grey, and we're going to move it over. Put one down here for now, and then duplicate it and make it smaller again. Just leave them there in the corner for now. We're going to use them a bit later. Next, what you want to do is go in and grab a ring, or a circle O2 as they call it in this stupid game. And then we're going to click into it and then press start to make it into rings. And we're going to make it smaller, and then we're going to skew it up and to the left till it's like this shape. Rotate it and just place it like so, and then duplicate that layer and make it bigger or smaller depending on what you want to do. So you got 4 lines around it. It doesn't matter about the bottom right, you're concentrating on what the top left looks like at the moment. The bottom right is going to be covered over later, you'll see. Next, go in and grab a half circle, make it the same colour as the planet, and we're going to make it smaller, and we're just going to use this. Actually, let me just use it as black for now. So you're going to stretch this out and skew it up and to the right, and just place it about there, just so it covers the entire planet and the rings. Like so, and then change the colour of it back to the same colour as the planet. And then that just makes it look like the rings are going around the outside, and what I want to do is the halo around the planet, I just want to make it a bit smaller, and turn the opacity down just a little bit. So that is the planet done there, like so. Next you want to go in and grab a plaster. Now this is really the only thing you can use, in my opinion, for this section. It's earning a triple kill while you're severely damaged. Now this will just come as it will just happen, you know what I mean? It will just work, and it will just come along and unlock. It's one of the first things I unlock, so if you haven't got it, I don't know what to tell you. You could just leave it the way I've got it in the background without the plaster. But what we're going to do is just going to stretch this plaster all the way out until the middle circle covers pretty much the entire screen, and we're going to skew it down and to the right to make it like an egg shape. And we're going to move it up across the bottom of the planet, like so. So let me just show you right now. If I just leave that there, if I make that smaller, you're going to see what sort of shape I want it to be. So just rotate it to the left a little bit, skew it down to the side, and then stretch it all the way out. And then we're going to place the first one here, and we're going to turn the opacity down on it, and then we're going to duplicate it and move it across down towards the bottom right, and just keep doing that until basically the bottom right hand corner is completely black. And then that leaves a nice gradient effect. Even though it's all black, it's a nice gradient effect covering the planet. Next, go in and grab more blood splats. Which blood splat did I use? I think it was this one. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to turn this around, and we're going to just stretch this up and to the right and smash it out like so. And then turn the opacity all the way down, like so, just so it covers the planet and goes off into the sky, and then move it below the plasters. And then what you want to do is grab something else, anything, to be honest, any sort of funny shape that you want to decorate your thing with. I'm going to use the same blood splat I just used, but this time I'm going to make it the same colour as the back of the planet, and I'm just going to use this, stretch it up and to the right. I'm going to use it just to cover the planet, so it's the first one that you put down isn't just like a really block colour, like so. And pretty much there's loads of layers spare in this when I done it, there's loads of layers spare. I had about 10 layers spare, so you can add as much decoration as you want to it. Let's say what I did for one of them, there's a helicopter somewhere. Yeah, this one, I use this, destroy a helicopter with a bullet weapon, and I just took this and I stretched it out up and to the left, and I just sort of placed it here, and then I turned the opacity down on it and moved it down below the plasters. And it just sort of goes along the lines of the halo, like it's got like a reflection on the planet. But it's just totally up to you what you do. And let me just get back to these little two planets. Right, so now that they're there, let's move them all the way up to the top. Like so, and then duplicate it, make it the same colour halo as you did before, or just a similar colour. And then place that up and to the left as well. I can't remember what colour I use now. Let's just use that one, that'll do. And then grab this planet as well. And do the same thing with that. And that just adds like a little bit of decoration to it. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to look magnificent. And as you can see right now, I have all these layers spare to add decoration where I feel and please. and that's totally up to you guys as well. Just going back to the plaster thing, if you don't have the plaster, you can use another thing which I don't think is as good, but it does work. So if you go to half column, make that black, and then stretch that out until it starts to blur as well. But you see, it hasn't got like a nice round shape. It's just like a triangle in the bottom corner. But it does work, and the gradient's a little bit better than the other one. But as you can see, it's not as good. So either use the plaster or the half column, totally up to you and what you guys do. And yeah, add little things in if you want. You can add stars, add anything you please. But that is my little planet emblem done, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you guys can follow it. And if you like this emblem, please like and favourite and comment, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And yeah, I'll be back next week. Peace out, guys. Take care.